Welcome back, people. Again, not that anybody actually watches this, but to the imaginary people in my head, welcome back. Got some Factorio Space Age 1000X. As you can see, I have some defenses laid out here. There's much work to do to set them up. But we're going to do that on stream. Well, we probably will be back to do some of that. We'll see how long it takes for us to finish setting up green signs. We have the intermediates done. Well, the first intermediates, we have gears and green circuits completed for our green signs build. So the rest that we will need to complete. Went too far south here. Gotta go find my stone path. So yeah, we'll get our inserters and our belt sub-factories complete. Then we'll get all of our 180 green science assemblers, and we'll start feeding some green science. Once that's running, we will come back to the defenses, because we are going to automate defenses very early from the standpoint of tech. Normally you might wait till trains or in a smaller base you might have belts run. But because we're going to be low tech for a really long time and just absolutely polluting the ever-living shit out of Novice, we should just set up defenses. Make them robust enough. Yeah, we may fiddle with the design a little bit. At the moment, my thinking is a row of flamers. I generally just extend them to the length of an underground pipe. You can't always double up there, like go one halfway between, so you get like a closer concentration of the flame. You might do that. I mean, the real trick here is that we are going to be very low tech when we start taking sustained attacks, and the attacks will get bigger because, as you can see, evolution is already 30%. You know, by the time we have any kind of tech to actually push the biter nests, we'll have gone off planet. So for now, we're just going to wall ourselves in, focus on getting to the next planet, so we can make our factory more productive. The free sciences that we get through actually doing things are going to be killer this run. I think they're going to make a 1000X run way less of a hassle. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say they make it any easier, but alright. Just get our things here. Yeah, like I said, I will do some stuff off stream for sure. I am not at all opposed to that. Especially if it's really silly, dumb stuff. As I was saying, the setting mines is not something that I feel the need to making sure that I do on stream, so you can see my mining alley, my mining layout. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing every time. So, mine's all set up off stream generally. I will also. What, you may ask, am I doing? The wood there? Well, I don't like to waste it, at least not initially. I tend to stay on wooden poles for quite some time, especially because better electric is 120k. Yeah. What do we need to get to solar? Do solar right away. Should that be our first? I mean, that's expensive shit, isn't it? I mean, I'm trying to push rails. This is just gonna have to go away. I still have YouTube going in the background here. Sorry about that. I don't think it's really loud enough to pick up, but here we go. Yeah. I want to get solar because when I plug in, or when I start running green science, you'll see I've got 6 setups here, just over 200 megawatts. I don't know if I actually have enough coal to run that full bore. And I don't want to keep setting those up. Setting up the coal lines for that starts to become very problematic. We'll keep it. I'm not going to like relocate it, but we will move on to solar as quickly as possible here. We do have quite a bit of space, generally speaking. So we'll set up solar. It's another reason for landfill. I can fill in some of the water. Yeah, I think we're gonna get it right across there. Wonder if we could we do that? We'll have to go up there and look. Getting that copper would be nice. And that's a monster. 160 million. Whew. We've got quite a bit of resources because of my changes to the ore generation, but you're going to be surprised that we do run these out. Alright, so we have green circuits. We have gears. Now it is our inserters and belts. How do I want to set this up? Let's see something here. So for the inserter, it's 3 inputs, 1 of each. A long hand, because you can go like this. Oh yeah, like this. Right, and then you run the inputs there, and then on the opposite side you would just flip-flop. satisfies it. We got our poles. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I should just like empty my pockets entirely when I'm building like this, when I'm designing. I like these tileable designs. They're just simpler. You know what? There. I got nothing. But yeah, cut this. I'm gonna take green circuits, gears, and plate. Kinda wanna keep it next to the green circuits here. So then we can go like this. Get them going the opposite way. 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn, dog. Of course you're in my way. There we go. It's 4. Oh, damn. What? Oh, we do. Dang, dog. Why don't you tell me? Alright, yeah. Take that. Destroy it. This is not titleable. We can go... Yeah, you just need this here. Yeah, and you need this here. Yeah. Alright. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Because that way we can feed this in just like that. These boys can jump. Here we go. Gets our yellow belt. Then you're gonna have this guy. Stuff to feed in our gonna feed in. So let's see, in that graph, or production graph here, not graph, production design, the gears go preferentially towards the inserters. I mean, I'd say preferentially, but that's not really true. Just a full belt. Go like this. There we go. Iron plate. run it of the remaining iron plate. Again, it's getting one yellow belt. Yeah, let's just join those two. 2 to 2. Give me a 2 to 2 lane balancer. 2 to 2. Yellow. Okay, yeah, I guess that's true. We're building. We're building. We're not painting. Building, not painting. Think, McFly, think. Alright. Just gonna take it across here. I got the best, we can just run it up. We'll just run it up. Rather than down. Here we go. There we are. Just run her back up this way. There we go. That gets us our yellow belt of inserters. Oh, excuse me, everybody. I did not mean to do that. I mean, let's just be honest. I'm sitting here in the comfort of my own home at my computer desk. Of course, I'm going to belch as loud as I can. The joys of working from home. How much are we using here? 7.5. Good combine, right? Could. I'm tempted not to. So there's this tricky business. There's always fill room, okay? That's... I'm making broad assumptions here, so, feel free to disagree with me. But in physical engineering, well, I'll say industrial engineering, one must imagine their perfect outcome and then learn to accept that it will never happen. Maybe that's wrong. My experience has not taught me that it's wrong, but of course, I'm not an industrial engineer, so I've worked in industry, in large manufacturing, industrial manufacturing, I should say. Yeah. So we're going to go with this same design because it's easy. I just have to extend it a little bit longer. Let's grab that. Do we want to grab? Yeah, why not? Grab the whole unit. We're going to go like this. this. Yeah, this is gonna go the other way. Wait, what am I doing up here? Yeah, this is... I'm not sure what I was thinking here. I'm not joining them. They're gonna come out like this. Green. It's a lesson I've learned over time that you should always extend your belts for the copying process. For tileable designs like this. Come on, man. Did I? Dumb. Meaning I'm dumb. Is keep that in mind. It's me who's dumb, not the game. Important life lessons. Realize that almost. You got. I did it again. I just did it the opposite way. Man. Really got it going on today, guys. Guys. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, good lesson for life. That's 12. 16. 20. Alright. Ratio. Yeah. Alright. $40. Just keep copying the double. It's easier that way. There is 80. There's 160. And of course, there's a tree in the way. That's 160. One lonely little tree, huh? We just need 20 more total. Can get it. Pretty sure we can here. That's true. We're gonna run it down this way. Oh, why I closed off that loop? You would think, you know, all this brain power. And the brain can't brain. Okay. Let's see there. Need another 2 There we go. There's what we need. Indeed. Okay. All right. Let's grab that guy. Pardon me. Drinking a sugar-free soda. Pickling my brain. Where do we take it here? Oh, just like this, huh? There you go. Oh. There we go. Just gonna run it up. Half dozen one, 6 the other. We're just gonna run it up. we are. Just paint all that stuff in. We're good to go. You may say, like, oh, Colonel, you know, this is just spaghetti mess. There's no rhyme or reason. And I would say, you're right. That's how it should be. Get stuff where you need it to go, man. That's the name of the game. Who cares if it's a little messy? It works, it works. So, these guys, those guys, that's it. Grab some more. Do we have 108? We do. So well, yeah, we got enough of those. We should grab a whole stack of those. More these. More those. Definitely more these. More of those. Take a few. Let's do it. Let's paint her in. Let's paint her in. Get this factory humming. This is definitely the point of the game where things really slow down. Because the text start to get into the hundreds of thousands. And that's hard to do. We're going to go as quick as we can, but it is not easy to maintain when you don't have good tech, you know? When you're not good at, you have some of the stuff that you get later on, things that, you know, things you take for granted in the non-research multiplier world, all of a sudden become the situation becomes very different because you can't rely on just having a trickle of science, and that's good enough to get you to the next research while you're building the other part of the factory and blah 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 blah. Like, nah. We're gonna try and do that as much as possible in this run through, but it is a tricky business when landfills 50,000 research packs. And you could say, landfill's not really necessary, but like in the grand scheme of things, like when some of the sciences that we need to do later on, the ones that get you to planets and stuff like that, some of those are millions, okay? So like 50,000, is it really that big a deal to do that now? If it makes our life easier in the long run, definitely not. And I think that's the key thing here, is that like, this happens throughout gaming, but like, don't let anybody tell you how to play a game. It's like, it's a game. It's a game. Its primary purpose is entertainment. Anything else anything else is anything else is just someone, a miserable fuck, trying to make you miserable too. Don't let him. Don't let him. Personally, I feel very strongly about this. Like, as someone, with very limited time to actually play video games, like, I'm not gonna sit here and, let someone dictate to me how I'm allowed to play a game. It's just not gonna happen. Now, I'm 43, I don't listen to anybody's shit, but I think it's a great mindset to cultivate. It will free you from so much. Pain is the right word to use. So much like unnecessary grief. My sun is rising, so I'm not gonna get all the way here probably. Let's see. Give him some time. I always give him some time. After he wakes up, get himself sorted. He's a slow waker like me. Looks like he might have gone back to sleep. We shall see. Such is the life of a parent. Don't let anybody ever tell you that it's not worth it, though. Anybody who says it's not worth it is probably a terrible parent. Just, hey, my hot take, okay? Hot take incoming. Firm believer. Being around children as they learn about the world, learn and interact with the world, is an amazing, fascinating thing to do. And everybody should do it. Men, women, don't matter. All of you should. As I'm sure you've heard other YouTubers say, It's a pretty common thing in the Factorio community, I think, but this is the another reason I'm not spending a gigantic amount of time laying things out and stuff like that, because this is not the final base, this is the starter base. This is the base that's going to build the base that will, you know, beat us the game at 1000x. It will research, needs to research, at least a little bit, but in the end, this is not the final base. You might be able to upgrade these modules and squeeze double out, so maybe squeeze the red bell out. I think you might be able to with the right assemblers and modules. So once we have access to, we'll have to do steel furnaces. Steel furnaces will allow us to upgrade the smelting to double the speed, so we can get 30 in, 30 out. Then, as we get assemblers and modules, we can upgrade our little subunits that create things, and that should get us a nice doubling of science production. By that point, we should have production and productivity modules in our labs, so we will be making some free science. Let's use up our belt here. Oopsies. logistic, 30 hours in. Hard to believe. Hard to believe 30 hours done already. I don't know if everybody else feels this way, but Factorio is like a time vacuum for me. A black hole that just eats time. I'll be playing, even on my Steam Deck, it's especially bad on PC because it can be more productive. But yeah, let's get the output going so that we can start getting some science here. Gotta pave a little bit of our main base here. We have that path going onto the wall. I need a couple more paths going onto the wall, but it'd be nice to have. Oops. It'd be nice to have some stone floor. Why does it do that? I went too fast. I don't know. It's very weird. There we go. Yeah, I could lose hours and hours of time, even playing on my Steam Deck. Just lost to this game. I mean, lost is a strong term. Would I say that it's a loss across the board? Probably not. As someone who is pretty worried about cognitive decline, you know, anything that keeps my mind active and working, I think is a good thing in general. On the whole, I mean, obviously, like, you know, having a crippling addiction to Factorio is not exactly ideal. You know, I mean, do you want, you know, some moderation is definitely warranted, but I do think that this game has a lot to offer in terms of cognitive activity, like beneficial cognitive activity, I think. In my opinion, it's beneficial. Now, of course, you might say, well, you're biased because you love the game. And you would be correct. I don't really have an answer to the claim that, you know, of course I'm going to say I think it's good for developing. What I think it's very good at promoting is problem solving. One thing I learned to do pretty early in life, and I feel very fortunate to have gained the skill somehow. I don't recall anyone ever teaching me, but who knows? Childhood is a blur in my like I don't generally have very clear memories of my childhood. But one thing I do know is that I've always loved puzzles. For the longest time as a child, I didn't have any tolerance for unnecessary difficulty or unfairness in like video games. For instance, I had an NES, a Nintendo, the original Nintendo, and Mega Man was one of my favorite games, except not to play. Like, it was ever played an old school Nintendo game like a Ninja Gaiden, Mega Man knows that there's a certain amount of like jank, call it jank, built into the experience, okay? The inputs were not very concise. Your character sometimes like slid. Like, you know, you couldn't stop on a dime. You didn't have fine control. You didn't have like an analog stick, so you didn't have fine control over anything. You just mashed a direction on the D-pad, the direction pad. So, you know, you could try to be gentle and just like move a little bit, like give only the smallest amount of input. But like that's a game in and of itself, because it's all about how much time you have the button pressed down for, not the degree to which you're pushing the button down. I had no patience for those old school games because I viewed them as unfair. They were difficult, but not difficult for a good reason. In the sense that they were difficult mainly because of the mechanical inputs and the restrictions of displays and all this stuff. Like, now what's become so strange to me as an older person, an older gamer, what's strange to me is the rise of these platformer games to actually have jank sort of artificially added into the game to simulate the old school stuff. That shit's wild to me. keep painting. We are tacking now. The stream of green signs is just now getting to the lab, so it's ramping up. 50,000 science packs for landfill. We are making, these designs are meant to make 900 science per minute. So we're like 8 point. Well, 56,000 divided by 9. 56 divided by 9 is 6. Right? 18. 27. 36. 5 is 40. 6 is 48. I don't know why I'm doing times table, talking times tables out loud. I don't know how long the research will take, to be honest. One of the weird things about this fucking game is that I haven't been able to wrap my head around the math, and I don't know if it's just because it's a multi-step math problem. I'm very good in my head with, you know, just standard think of it small math, small simple math, arithmetic column. We're good with it. I worked as a carpenter for almost a decade back in my 20s. You learn to do basic math, basic times tables. Addition and subtraction is sort of like, you can do it all writing down, or I don't know, I guess some guy might use calculators, but it's, I mean, part of the job, if you're doing carpentry for, if you're working as a carpenter for someone, part of your job is to not, it's not, I don't know how to put it, not take forever. Part of your job is to maximize throughput of work to make your boss money. Your boss makes money when he takes jobs and completes jobs, so the quicker you can get a job from incomplete to complete, the better off you are, or the more valuable you are to your boss. So you are forced to do things that sometimes you don't even really want to do. And what ends up happening is you end up with certain talents that are generally useful, but like not particularly useful. And that's one of mine. I mean, the people who could do like complex mathematics in their head, I love that for them. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could do that shit. I cannot. Uh, and the science, calculating how much science, my 900 science per minute, calculating how much it will do, or how long it will take to research, say, landfill, once we get to 900 per minute. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even have an intuition about it, which is really odd. It's an odd experience. Well, it's dividing 50,000 by 900, and it's the different scales of the numbers that makes it tricky in my head. For instance, since, you know, obviously the easy one is like 1,000. 50,000 divided by 1,000 is 50. You know what I mean? So, like, I know what it's close to, but I don't know how to actually get the actual number. I know it, the number itself mentally. I would say if I wrote it down, I would know how to get the number. My point is I don't know how to do it mentally. None of the like little math tricks that I learned in my head over the years allow me to do that particular math problem in my head and get the, you know, the decimal, the precise answer. I can get close, but the precise answer with the decimal is not something I am good at achieving. If I thought about it long enough, wasn't yapping my mouth off, but I can't do it while I'm talking. That's certainly for sure. We could try and think through it though. So, are there... No. Easy. Shared factors between 9 and 10, unfortunately. It would make it work. Alright, here we are. Oops. Sorry about that. I set my water bottle down on my mouse. As you can see, we're not quite at a full yellow belt with green signs yet. We are at a full 7.5 on one side. This will eventually fill in. There it goes. Getting closer. This is a 30-second science. So technically we have enough. It'll fit. It should use 450 of my. Should use 450 of my labs. I have 690 labs. I was going to look and see what one side of this is. 390 on one side. So, yeah, we'll fill up quite a few laps here. See our green belt, or our green science belt is finally full. Means we have no bottlenecks. Our green circuits are keeping up. Got a little bit of extra production there at the end. Same for inserters. Same for belts. Same for all of our intermediates. That's your key. If you want throughput, the key is to ensure that you always slightly overproduce one step further back in the chain. What's our pollution situation? As you can see, it's starting to get serious, and that's really what happens when you get to green science in the 1000X run. Is all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have to produce this much? Yeah. And we're not even to full capacity yet here. Full red array isn't awake yet. You can see there's still a lot of red on the belt that says a lot of buffered red on the belt here. See a gap in my green circuits. Let's get some lamps over here. Okay, already. This is sort of the fun thing, I think, though, is seeing these builds, these low-tech, higher speed builds, seeing them. I really like the challenge of filling belts with things that you don't normally. See, there's a slight gap. It's on this side. Oh. So what's going on here? Unclear. This should theoretically I think it's the single hand thing. I mean, we can fix this by, so the moment our inserters can only our normal inserters can only handle one thing in their hands at a time. Over time, you get hand increases even for the non-stack guys, and that gives you improved ability to pack a belt. There's a full. It's a full 45 per. Nice. $75. Sold at $4.15. Let's go look here. We're still adding laps here. Like I said, we're making enough. We should fill more than half that science array. Yeah, we still got a part of the red array. Red science array is still asleep. We're gonna be safe on power, but I'm not gonna be able to push it to its full maximum, I don't think, because I don't have the coal to supply. I've got 3 red belts running my power plant right now. I don't think that's enough coal to supply what I have there. Not if it's at full go. I mean, you could just 4 megajoules. I have 45. Pardon me. I have 45 coal per second going in my power plant. 45 times 2 is 90 times another 2 is 180. Yeah, so the megajoule value of the coal that I can currently feed into that power plant is 180, and what that power plant can produce if you can fuel it fully is 260. We do not have that kind of capacity. We're not pushing 100 yet, are we? We're still 80. I think we're ready. We're gonna be alright. That coal mine over there is gonna be pulling. It's 41 million, so it will last quite a while. But it's, yeah. There we go. Pushing almost to 500 per second or per minute. But anyway, I suppose that's where I'll end it. We are sciencing. We have dedicated mines for our green science and red science, so they work independently. However, we are going to likely, relatively soon, we're going to have to address resources. Some of these original patches may stop to produce the throughput that they have been, because as the patch shrinks, the number of miners shrinks. Once the number of miners shrinks, the speed at which you pull it out shrinks. So yeah, that will cause a problem here before too long. We'll have to address it with new resource acquisition. With any luck, by that time, we'll have moved on to trains, which will make things easier. But going forward to achieve the scale that we want, because we're going to, at least initially, our first scale bump is going to be from yellow belts of science, which is what we're producing now, to red belts of science. That's going to require a train network. That's the only way to achieve the throughput we need. Yes, yes, yes. Almost 550 per minute. The current, just to restate, the current science array can process much more than 900 per minute. So we will top out at 900 per minute. As you can see, as we wake up more and more. For the red science, I think we're going to top out probably around 120-ish, if I had to take a guess. Because remember, it's 3 stages of machines that you're waking up as a component of each production chain. You've got the miners that wake up. Now, we currently don't smelt with electric, but the more smelting you do requires more coal as fuel, which in turn wakes up the miners for the coal. Then you get into the assembler arrays, and they wake up as they deplete their buffers. But yeah, we will eventually see. Yeah, I mean, you can see this is probably about half. We're still. Let's just check. Just for funsies, huh? Just for funsies. Let's go see how many of them are actually operating concurrently here. There's the yellow. 76, just about half. Yeah, so we're only about halfway there for the red. Green's going balls out. We can see that in production graphs. Go to 1 minute here and look at production. It's pretty consistent. Oh, but it's no. Interesting. second here. Oh, that's consumption. Yeah. I'm the dumbest person. You can see production stable 900 per, not like, it's 'cause that's seconds. If you go to the 10-minute, looks much more stable. 1 hour flat line, 900 per minute. If we add red in there, you can see we're only about halfway there. They will eventually both be at that point. See how consumption skyrockets as our demands increase. Correlation between the two. Anyway, yeah. I'll babysit this a bit. I am going to play off stream to build out some of the defenses that I was working on. I still need to push the radar. I do need to, do that with some reasonable haste. So I will be doing that off stream. Yeah. That means Silence run. Might get some landfill. I do have a cube queued up here. We need to move on to solar soon. So we can slow our usage of coal at least to help preserve our coal capacity. That's sort of a nice thing to have thing. It's probably not necessary there. We need to get to the trains though. So we have train stuff. We will need circuits. We'll do the better assemblers. There's a bunch of things that we're gonna have to get, and they're not necessarily cheap. They're cheapish. In fact, I think I'm going to do. I say that's only 20K. I'm gonna go after that first. Get it done. We don't need that just yet. We don't need either the steel furnace or blue assembler until we can push more materials with our belts. So that's an okay order. We are going to need circuits for sure once we have trains. I think that's good. Yeah, we'll let this run. Anyway, this is the Colonel. Have a great day. Enjoy. And we'll see you next time.